today we've got founder of Blondery, Brooklyn's very own virtual bakery. So go ahead, if you appreciate these life lessons coming from diverse professionals representing different careers, like this episode, share the podcast, follow the page. We both really appreciate that. But Auzerais Bellamy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Right, so you've talked before about, going through the food industry, going through the culinary arts, and putting food aside, looking at the bigger issues that the culinary industry might be tackling, or at least going through, when you talk about issues with Black women having to face the ambivalence of being told to work hard yet still being marginalized in the food industry. Right, what do you take away from those experiences as you're thinking of your next major Blondery product?
I don't think about it too much. I know that sounds funny, like there's a whole article now like about that, but that's just like a chapter. Like it's not my entire life. And even if it is my entire life, what am I gonna do? Like dwell on it? like, okay, Black women are marginalized. Now what? My now what is I'm gonna continue to live my life and challenge myself. Because I think like what people don't realize with that is that when something is systemic, the victim becomes the person's mind. So we then start to put limitation around ourselves, and we start to think, oh, I probably can't do that because I'm Black, or I probably can't do that because I'm a woman, or I can't do that because I'm whatever.
Right.
So I challenge those thoughts now. Why can't I do it? And then usually it's like, there's no reason why I can't.
There you go.
I just don't do it. So I don't think about it too much, honestly. I've lived my life, honestly.
Yeah.
I do not think about it that much.
That's good too, right? Because, whether we're coming from a minority background or a person of color, right? It's good to know that there's to continue to push and continue to like you said, not think about it as much, because you don't want to start your mind at a disadvantage, right? You want to continue to find ways to push your boundaries, but also just continue to be you, I think, is the most part, right? To be authentic and to be genuine. And right, when we take those essences of ourself and continue to push forward and not let the outside world maybe feed so much into pushing us down and think that we are better than that, right? We can be better at that. And the communities that we're a part of, we can learn to uplift them, and we can learn to just not focus on things that are going to bring us down all the time. And I love how you try to keep that positive mindset too around that, because that's really important when trying to figure out your next product, right? You don't want to have any distractions. You just want to focus on your craft. You want to focus on what you love to do. And right, that's baking your products. And,
Exactly.
it's not something that a lot of us hear, right? Because there's so much chatter. There's so much going on in the world. And
well, they like that narrative. People like that narrative because it doesn't hold anyone accountable. People like to say that, oh, I'm marginalized, so that's why I can't. Or it can even be in the reverse. Like it's, I just think that like too much importance right now is placed around this story of Black and brown people needing charity. And I don't need charity. Like that's not what I need at all.
Yeah.
I need you to show me the same love you would show someone if my skin color happens to be white.
Yeah.
And I get that. And I focus on the love that I am getting rather than the love I'm not getting, because I don't even know what that is. Like I don't know what love I'm not getting. So I think law of attraction is real. And your thoughts shape your action. So therefore, if you're always thinking about how unfair things are for you, you're only going to attract more of that. You're not going to be able to move forward.
Auzerais, we've talked so much about your early passions when it came to baking, you know, having such a loving family, but also just the the grind amidst the baking for fun, but transitioning that into a bigger passion, taking to places across the world. But you know, not letting anything stop you is super important, and thinking that there are always voices that's going to be telling us otherwise, but are we going to let those feed into ourselves? And we shouldn't, right? Because we got to recognize that if we stay true to ourselves, we continue to grind, we continue to find people that are willing to support us, and then we'll get to where we want to be, through those hopes and aspirations. So we've talked so much about that. Auzerais, I just want to say thank you so much for everything you shared today. For everyone else, continue to keep pushing, continue to keep grinding. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Find the people that support you. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, and best of luck with all that you're doing. This is great.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Go ahead, everyone. Check out Blondery in the description below. Tons of great products. They're selling out quick. So if you want something for this month, you better go check it out right now. But thank you again, Auzerais. Until next time.